Starting the J with JWill. Here we go. Are KD and the Suns on the verge or about to get swept by Minnesota?
No, I don't think they're on the verge. I think one of the things the Suns had to do, 16 assists on 38 made field goals. They have to not play ISO basketball. I think you need to see the ball move, and I think Frank Vogel will, in this next matchup, you'll see a different Bradley Beal and Devin Booker with the way they facilitate their offense.
If they see the same Anthony Edwards, it may not make a whole lot of difference. How good was he? Let's go to the Knicks on Saturday night. Was that a bad game or a bad sign for Jalen Brunson, who shot 8 of 26?
I just think it was a bad game. I mean, don't get me wrong. I give Philadelphia a lot of credit with their size, their length. Kelly Oubre, obviously, you're seeing with that deterrent shots. But look, the one thing I've known Jalen since he's been 5 years old playing with his father, Rick, you can't stop certain players like him from getting to places where they want to be on the court. I think he will bounce back.
All right. When then discussed about the Lakers, are they going to win even a single game in this series against the Nuggets?
It's going to be a sweep. Ooh. It's going to be a sweep. I'm really concerned. And I think, look, even if you were to tell me, Greeny, which I do not believe, that Jamal Murray and Jokic were the same as LeBron and AD, because I believe that duo is better. It's the personnel outside of those two where I think it heavily favors them. Heavily.
Yeah, look, so there's a lot of different directions we can take this conversation. Game 2 of that series is tonight. The Nuggets have beaten the Lakers in 9 straight meetings. Alan with us as well this morning. Let's start with the tape. You've put together some tape on the Lakers for us and how they struggled in Game 1.
Well, there's one thing just on fast break points, okay? Like, just think about, they got 21 fast break points. And we look at how they got out in offense, right? You're going to see the way it breaks down here. Just transition, right? So you're going to see a drive to the rim. You're going to see a block here, okay? Now watch when the block comes and pay attention to the bottom of your screen, all right? AD and Taurean Prince, look, please get in the frame. Get in the frame. Just get in the frame. Get in the frame. No. AD's trailing down. Prince not late to get in the frame. Boom. KCP 4-3. And then also matchups, right? We're talking about perception versus reality. This is the matchup that they're going to attack all the time. If Rui Hachimura is guarding the likes of Joker, look, boom, right to the post. Light work. There's nothing he can do. The footwork is incredible. So, Greeny, this is what it comes to. This is the bigger play, right? We were talking about this in the back. I know defensively the game plan is going to be Rui Hachimura against Joker and deny him, make touches tough. But if you have Anthony Davis on the court, at some point, even though if he gets in foul trouble, don't you want the best player on your team to be like, get out of here, he's mine. I got him. That's what we see all great players do, right? No, get out of the way. I know that's what the matchup is, coach, but I want him. I'm not saying that's going to be the answer, but that's the perception of what you want from one of your best defensive players to own that matchup against the Joker.
Maybe in a few isolated possessions, but you just said the most important thing. Nikola Jokic will get him in foul trouble. It's a bad matchup for him. It's a bad matchup for them.
Give me a matchup then. What matchup is better?
You know what's better? Oklahoma City would have been better for the Lakers. Alan and I were right. You can say whatever you want. If the Lakers had lost that game on Tuesday night in the play-in, they would have then played Sacramento, who, oh, by the way, lost to a Zion-less Pelicans team, and so now the Lakers would be playing Oklahoma City. So everyone who made fun of us, primarily me, but you too, for saying that they should have lost, and the coach can say whatever they want. At the end of the day, the Lakers have they're not beating Denver. If they win a game, it will be successful.
Right. LeBron has lost 5 straight games in the playoffs now, all to the same team, right? The Denver Nuggets. That ties the most losses consecutive in the playoffs for him. So this is new ground for him. And if he gets knocked out in the first round, it's only the second time in his career that's ever happened as well. So this is all new for LeBron James. But for this matchup, when you are a franchise, everything's about strategy. When I have LeBron James at 39 years old, it's about strategy. I want to make sure I have the optimal matchups to go as deep as I possibly can. You know why you also want to avoid Denver early? Because you never know what might happen along the road to a potential Western Conference Finals rematch. Because as you know, teams take a bite out of other teams, and you never know. All that stuff is very possible. And you just showed it. You talk about, oh, well, LeBron will be tired. AD will be more worn out. He looked tired already in the fourth quarter of that game.
Jay's upset.
This is what you do. You've ever heard in your life.
Here we go.
Go ahead, let him go.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. You're telling me that if word got out that LeBron sat down with management, it was like, let's lose this game. Can you believe?
Why does word have to get out? Why could you
not be LeBron? Word inevitably gets out in this world we live in.
It doesn't
Nobody
have
can
to be
keep
LeBron's
secret.
It's good strategy.
You need LeBron James, one of the greatest players to ever walk the planet, to buy into that.
Okay.
You can't do that without LeBron James saying,
well, of course not.
You know what?
He has to sign
I agree.
off. But if you explain it to him in that way, what business operates in the way
of
put your head down and run through the brick wall?
When would Michael Jordan, when would Kobe Bryant, when would any of the greatest players of all time sign off on losing a game? On purpose, as a strategy measure. Never.
Better matchup. That's why.
Please,
you always take the better matchup.
Never ask LeBron James.
All right, well, then you'll be out.
Look, I would never ask
losses.
as a player. Who we run into is who we run into. Okay. I ain't run away from no smoke ever in my life.
I get
so first off, I'm not going to say, well, if we lose here, then we can play against OKC. It's a favorite. No, if we run into Denver, we're going to run into Denver.
What's the end game? What's the end game?
To win a championship.
Thank you. How do you get there? The best way possible, the best path to championship is not through Denver.
So let me beat Denver then, because if I beat Denver, give me my crown. Show you my crown. I got it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to run away from that.
Right.
Why are we going to ask?
And the probability of that is
we would
almost
never
zero.
do this to Michael Jordan. You would never say to Michael Jordan, oh, run away from this matchup. And now you're going to try to do that to LeBron James? You guys are part of the reason why people look at him that way. He ain't built like that. That's not who LeBron James is. And he ain't run away from that smoke.
I wouldn't expect otherwise.
No.
And that's why they did exactly what I expected. They went out there and they won the game. They did what you're saying they needed to do. And on some level, you're right. And that's probably why you played and we didn't. But at the same time, it is inarguable that they would have had a better chance of staying alive and seeing what happened if they had found a way to get themselves on the other side of the draw.
I won't even let LeBron take the blame. I'll take the blame. I'll say this was my decision. We are doing it this way.
To be clear, you never put players. You don't put players on the court and tell them to lose. That's not what I'm saying.
Agreed.
But you sit Anthony Davis. Oh, a little back spasm. You sit LeBron James. You rest them for Friday night.
You do that for AD?
No, my point is you're doing it to get out of playing Denver in round one.
AD may get hurt being on the bench with a back spasm.
Well, I understand.
You can't risk that.
I understand it's wrong. But at the same time, logic just dictates. When they're done next week, I hope they feel good about the fact that at least we played as hard as we could on that Tuesday night.
As a competitor, it doesn't matter what position you're in. As a player, front office, scout, you can't look yourself in the mirror if you're going to drop a game.
I get it.
You can't.
I understand.
For OKC,
now figure out how to get a win.
But my point
winning
is,
the series, get a
how
win.
many games
over the basketball?
How many games over the course of the season did they not try to win? Did they not play this guy? Did they not play that guy? We're treating the one play-in game, which didn't, by definition, have more significance than those other ones did. In fact, it was more advantageous to lose than the regular season games were when we sat out this guy for ankle management and sat out that guy for load management and sat out that guy because he doesn't play in back-to-backs. We do that in this league now. So the idea of doing it in the play-in, I get it. It sounds different. And the reasoning would sound a little chicken.